Well, we've done it. Nearly 5,000 people have raised just over $140,000 to create a space for gaming, free of political ideology pushing and a lot of the crap that makes today's offerings purely garbage. And of course, behind the scenes, those that oppose this, those that feel like everything is inherently political and they have to talk about it. And if you're not talking about politics when you're talking about whether or not a new video game is good, then you're not doing a service. What that service is, I'm not sure, but certainly they're pissed off about it. In the last week since funding completed, I've received 2 false copyright claims on my channel that I have defeated both. I have been suspended from Twitter for 7 days. Now, that one, I was defending a trans employee of Exclusively Games. I used the wrong word, apparently, and people were watching. I've learned now that I need to keep a lower profile as I work on this website because there are large groups of people actively working against us. The same type of people that refuse to cover the crowdfunder, the same type of people that would write hit pieces for crummy websites that rely specifically on games activists rather than game journalists. And ooh, the salt is flowing. I want to give you an example of a statement that Game Informer made to their readers when their readers pushed back. And this statement alone encapsulates a lot of why this site is going to be great. And I'm going to tell you all that we've already accomplished in the last week, share the plans for the next 90 days, and be done talking about it for a little while to get back to work. Here's a statement in a Game Informer. We heard from a number of readers this month who were absolutely shocked. We would encourage our readers to ... partake in fundamental civic duty that democracy hinges on. The irony is by voting, you really do have the power to influence the issues you care about the most. By writing angry emails to us, not so much. As for keep politics out of games argument, we hate to break it to you, but video games, along with their development, discourse, and consumption, have always been political. If you hadn't noticed before, it's probably because you agreed with the message. Right. If you don't want to read about get out and rock the vote or drumpf or lock her up in your games journalism, it's your fault. It is their job. Forget how the game plays. Forget DLC. Forget how sending an incomplete game out to the customers matters. Forget how it runs. Forget on the optimum setup for highest frame rate without loss. Forget hardware reviews. Forget whether or not a board game is high quality, if the game pieces are good, or if it's fun, if it has replay value. No. To the dead video games journalism websites, I say goodbye. Nearly 5,000 people believed in this project enough to put cash on the table. Many thousands more shared the message, shared words of encouragement, and shared how excited they are to be a part of something like this. These are tens of thousands of people that websites like Kotaku, Polygon, IGN, Game Informer, or Daily Dot would desperately love to have on their website. Even websites that we sometimes agree with their take on things. Curious, they're not covering this project either. Why? I know it's a lame complaint or a lame explanation, but there really is a lot of jealousy. In fact, there are entire forums populated with people who have been talking about this project non-stop. Hot takes like, this feels like some sort of alternative universe feminist frequency. The original campaign's goal was 5,000, but this thing is blown up. Thank God a woman didn't start this campaign, or we'd be dealing with death threats and subreddit/YouTube channels popping up to cover it. Interesting, this is a Reddit popped up to cover it. Why bother talking about it? It's grift number 143 on the Gamergate crowd. They'll just throw their money away again, get swindled again. Never support this website directly by targeting them again. And go back to whining about feminists and college campuses. I can't wait until this website never materializes and every person who got their money robbed shrugs their shoulders and says, at least I wasn't robbed by a woman. These people are sad. I've talked to you before about crabs in a bucket, the way their mentality is, where if you see a fisherman coming into shore, they put crabs in like a 5-gallon pail. They don't put a lid on it. Somebody walks by and says, well, geez, why don't you ever put lids on these buckets? Well, it's because the crabs inside them are always pulling the other crabs back down. That's where these people want you to live. They're deeply unhappy. And just look at what we've already accomplished in the first month. This is before a penny has even reached me from the Indiegogo, by the way. And I want to let you know that the Founder Edition t-shirt ends on Sunday. The crowdfunder is done, okay? But I open up the t-shirts. By the way, I have to write a check for almost $30,000 for t-shirts. One, it's the biggest check I've ever written in my life. And two, it's for t-shirts. This is a hilarious time, but it's such an exciting time because we have something amazing happening here. So I'm hoping to have the t-shirts already shipping out by the end of the year. If you back for a t-shirt, it doesn't give you a spot to put your size in, okay? I posted an update with a link to enter your size. If you don't give me your size, you're not going to get a t-shirt. I wish this wasn't a stupid, annoying thing that Indiegogo lacked, but apparently they do. So make sure you read the updates that I post because I linked right to where you can, if you go to updates here, right here is where you can fill out your form and let me know your order number and the size. And I'm going to send the t-shirt orders in to Crypto Fashion 500 at a time. So that way, 500 people already gave me their sizes last night. I'm going to get their shirts printing right now. Then I'll give people another 2 weeks, then I'll send them in. And then the final cutoff is going to be January. So make sure you don't forget. Also in this update, you'll see the Exclusively Game Twitter feed and the forum, which is already up. I'm working on, this is basically in beta. We have a couple hundred users. There's 43 online right now. I'm working on speeding up the forum. There's some weird JavaScript stuff that's kind of slowing it down. So my guys are working on that. That's why I launched this early, so I could really refine it and get it going. So you can already take part in Exclusively Games. I've already hired 3 editors for the website. They start Monday. I've already hired a community manager, and they started last week. I already have the Discord up and running, so you can talk Exclusively Games in the Exclusively Games Discord, which is linked here as well. So please read this update. Get involved. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Facebook so you get all of the updates. I put together a application process. A lot of people wanted to write for Exclusively Games, okay? A lot of you emailed me because I had no idea how many people would be interested. If you haven't heard back, don't email me anymore. The process in the last update on the Indiegogo is right here. How to apply to write for the website. And now you can get on the writers list, you can work, and either you're going to be good enough off the bat and we're going to get you published and paid for your work, or we're going to say, hey, take part in the forum, take part in the Discord, work on your craft. My goal is to train up enough people who just love their game, whatever it is, if it's an RPG, if it's a video game, if it's a trading card game, it doesn't matter. If you can write well, we can find a spot for you. So don't be discouraged if you get declined immediately. Work on it. Take parts in the forum. There's spots in the forum where you can write your own user reviews and your user articles. This is where your chance to shine, and we'll be watching this. I have moderators here, and my editors are told now to come in here and just keep an eye out for people that are worthy bringing on the site. And a lot of people are asking, hey, what if we want to talk about how are you really going to separate? How are you really going to separate these SJWs? You're such a political firebrand yourself. It's actually really easy. People that have a hard time believing that it's possible just have never seen it done before, but it's super easy to talk about Sunset Overdrive and not about, you know, how this guy's red mohawk is problematic. Has nothing to do with the game. Sorry. And a lot of you have said, Jeremy, what if we want to talk about other stuff? And I'm going to leave links in the description to all this stuff, right? If you want to talk about things I talk about here on the channel, the Quartering has a Discord and the Quartering has a subreddit. So I will post links to both of those. So if you want to talk basically unfettered, you have the Quartering. If you want to go to a place that we're just going to talk about the game itself and gaming related topics and industry related things, not SJWs, then you're going to have Exclusively Games. It's extraordinarily easy to separate the two. In fact, my mods for my Discord, most of them are moderators on the Quartering as well as Exclusively Games. And they know that there's a clear line of delineation. And they're going to be told, if you go down this road, look, you can talk like this in the Quarterings or you can be banned. I've already banned about 6 people from the Exclusively Games forums who refuse to follow the rules, and I don't care. The rules are simple. I've offered a place now where people can talk the politics they want. Like if you want to talk about something on the Quartering, you have the subreddit, you have the Discord. If you want to just play video games or talk about video games or pinball games, retro consoles, you have the place and it's already live. The website itself is in development. We hit some stretch goals to where now we have a user review section, and we're going to do user reviews a little different. I'm actually trying to pull up the screenshot of how our review section is going to look. This is a first pass. It's actually going to, I've sent about 6 pages of changes last night, but since we hit the user generated review section stretch goal, I figure why not show you, because there's a lot of people naysaying, right? The core website is already actually in development. The review section is now in development. I've already received several designs, and we should have it all cleaned up, designed properly by Wednesday, and then into coding by the end of the week. And hopefully this will also launch by the end of January. I'm less, not confident, but I'm less experienced with the database level coding that we're going to need to do on the review section. So maybe that will launch separately in early February. But what we're going to do is, first of all, we're getting rid of scores. Video games will be rated on play, pause, or pass. That's it. Users will be able to rate on a, so don't get too caught up on these stars. We've changed this. But you're going to be able to list pros, you're going to be able to list cons, and people will be able to rate your reviews. You can upvote reviews. You can report reviews, all this stuff, okay? And basically you're going to have, okay, play means, hey, the game at any price is worth a buy. Pause meaning, hey, wait for it to be on sale, or it needs updates, so give you, think about it. Don't just rush out and buy it. And pass is easy. Not worth it right now. These scores will be fluctuating as more reviews come in, and the pages will have our review as well as the user review, kind of like how Rotten Tomatoes does, but not shill media. So we'll have our official review, which we'll work on as a team. We currently have 3 editors, myself and the community manager. So we're going to work together on the reviews. And again, both for user reviews or for player reviews, it's simple. Play, pause, or pass. Simple. Okay. What is the difference between a 5.3 and a 5.9? Nothing. What's the difference between a 70 and a 76? Nothing. It's not really tangible. So we're going to put everything into 3 categories. We're going to allow people to rate. Basically, you're going to have a slider. So you can basically like give it an emphatic play or like a, yeah, you should probably play it. So there'll be some integers behind it so I can create an aggregate score. But for the most part, it will only ever be presented as play, pause, or pass. Because ultimately, I think that's the most helpful way we can do it. I'm still taking feedback on it, but I did a live stream to discuss how we could change the game in terms of reviews and things like that. Everyone seemed to get down with that. I'm working on fulfilling everybody's perks, which will happen throughout January. Right now, I'm 100% focused on coding the website, getting everything done. We hit a stretch goal for a mobile site. I've preliminarily put the launch on that as March because I figured, well, we can't really launch a mobile site until our main site is up and exactly how we want it. Then we'll take that and we'll create a mobile app. So you're going to have a mobile app for Android and iPhone. You're going to have obviously the design of the website is responsive, so you'll already have a pretty decent experience on mobile phones, but people said they wanted an app. That's going to happen. I'm working on a video review section, videos for the site. I'm working on new assets, so like title cards, overlays, all the little stuff. I'm out setting up, pushing all the social media. So all of this stuff is going on in the background, but over the next few weeks, there won't be a heck of a lot of news as we just grind out the development. Certainly the first phase of what we get from the developers will need a lot of work, a lot of alpha testing. So I may ask some of you to, I'll give you a password to get into the website and try to break the website, find things that are broken until we really get it exactly how we want. But I'm hoping by the end of January, we're going to be live. It's now the 15th of December, but the holidays are here. So I lose my development team for about a week this month. So it'll be close. But nonetheless, blown away. We know now that there's a huge demand for this. And one other thing, a lot of people mention, like, how will you discuss a game if it has overtly political things in it? I'm still going to allow the editorial team to decide on this. But I think you can discuss if a game is pushing an ideology. You don't have to discuss whether or not you agree with it. Or you can discuss maybe something that people don't like about a game without forcing your own opinion on whether or not it's right or wrong. This is where so many games journalists lost the plot and thought people really cared about what their opinion was, when in fact, I want to just present the facts. I want to try to not have too many op-eds. I want to have just coverage. So huge thank you to everyone. Again, the site will be ad-free. We're going to have Amazon affiliate ads and like Steam Store interlaid like affiliate links, but no banner ads. Even if they're in place now on the layouts, they won't be on the final site. The forum is already live. The Discord is already live. We're going to get a crowdfunding type program set up for the site. I'm working on merch. I've got about 600 irons in the fire, and all of them are because of all of you. Thank you so much. You have till Sunday to pick up your shirt, and then I'm going to disable that perk on the Indiegogo, and it's going to be one hell of a ride, and I'm thankful for all of you. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.